Hola, Houston. I'm your host, Blanca Blanco, host of Viva Magazine Live. And this is the place where we celebrate the movers, the shakers, and the trailblazers of our vibrant Latino community. And today we spotlight on two community champions, Rich Rodriguez and Laura Gomez of L&R Productions. And they are influential figures in the community of entertainment and cultural celebrations. Rich Rodriguez and Laura Gomez, their work has a significant impact on Houston's East End, where they are known for organizing memorable events and highlight small businesses, showcase local talent, and foster a sense of unity through cultural cars and community. But first, we're going to take a quick break to hear a word from our generous sponsor, Houston City College, and we'll be right back. Don't go away, and we're going to hear what Rich and Laura have to say.
Learning looks like this, and it also looks like...
I didn't just study buildings. I connected them with tech to make them smarter.
I'm learning healthcare management while providing patient care.
I worked with these control systems way before I even started the job.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online. So, where do you start?
And welcome back to Viva Magazine Live. We're speaking to Rich Rodriguez and Laura Gomez. Guys, thank you for joining us today, and heartfelt congratulations to both of you and for organizing and putting together L&R Productions, and for your ongoing contributions to spotlighting small businesses and celebrating our culture. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's
honored to be here.
Yes, I'm so glad to have you. It's so great to have young talent like yourselves putting together events that really make a difference in our communities. Because, you know, there's so many events that I can talk about, and I'm gonna start going through them because you've done so many. First of all, I'm wearing one of the t-shirts, Raise the Vote.
Right.
So tell me about that. How did you even have the idea, or what made you conceptualize this event?
Yeah, so there was a grant that was awarded to the Tejano Center.
Yeah.
Right, I actually work with them. And it was through Houston in Action, which was via one of the foundations.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Temez, who's the CEO of it, just says, okay, I want you to champion this grant. And it primarily was going out and doing some of the typical things,
Right.
knocking on doors, you know, getting out the vote, right? And I said, well, how many people do I got to reach? Like 2,500? I'm just gonna have a big party. You know? So I thought.
You said a lot of people. I am ready for that.
I thought of, you know, back in the 80s, you had Rock the Vote.
Yes.
And that went away. And I said, wouldn't it be cool kind of do our own version of that
Yes.
here in the East End? So conceptualized Raise the Vote.
Yes.
And the rest was kind of all history. We did that, you know.
Yes. And how many people did y'all have? I was there.
Yeah.
So I remember so look, this is the t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing it proudly. Thank you.
Yeah, we averaged about 1,700 to 2,500 folks.
Yeah. There was a lot of people there, and you had several. You showcased several bands, several entertainment bands.
Well, I loved it because it was a way to holistically bring together all the things that are great about the East End, not just art and music. So we highlighted, like, as you mentioned, local talent. We also highlighted some of the local artists,
Right.
especially some of the mural artists, you know,
Yes.
that work around and hadn't been really legitimized in that way. So they were all part of the fabric of
Yes.
and it's great to see so many young kids out there and engaged in what's the most important part of us being a citizen.
And it was close to, I guess was it close to an election period?
Yeah, they typically are. You know, we had them mostly in September,
Yeah.
early October.
Right.
Because the way Texas works, you know, if you register to vote, you got to wait 30 days before you can vote.
That's right. Right.
So we're always been conscious to make sure we do it with enough time, so if someone registers, they can have the opportunity to cast their ballots.
Right. Well, that is great because I think you really inspired the young people to get out and vote, and to make sure they knew how important their vote was. Yes. Because a lot of young millennials were out there. There were some younger sets of people. I mean, you had classic cars out there, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But you just had a great event. It was awesome.
We're really proud that we had 3 different stages. You know, one was like the pop, you know, and rap, and the other we had when there was kind of the skater stage.
Yes.
So no matter what demographic or group people fit into, they could find a
Yes.
group of like-minded folks to hang around and enjoy that kind of music. So.
And it was a great time. We really had a great time. So that was one of the first events that I had gone to. And then you with LNR Productions put together Hot Rods and High Heels. How did that come about? Because that was also a fun event.
Yeah, and that, that's mostly the brainchild of Rick and Rebecca Roberts and John. That's what they fund that. That's Rick Roberts is a big car buff,
Rebecca's husband.
Rebecca's husband.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
really,
I didn't know that.
it's really his brainchild, him and John and Rebecca. But when it comes to creating and kind of how we started our production company, when you want to do a festival, there's a certain criteria you have to go through.
Yeah, that's right.
A litany of things you have to do with the city. The city just doesn't give out permits to anybody. So
Right.
that's kind of where I came in, helping them navigate that, and then also helping with the lineups of the music.
Yes, that was a great event. And Laura, I know that you have a big part in this. I mean, what do you get to say? Who gets on stage or?
Yes, so
Well, yeah, of course you do.
yes, I try to be a big part of it as well too, and as much as he, kind of asks for help and stuff. But yes, I do. We talk about everything, and we look at everything as well, making sure that everything gets settled and everything gets,
running properly.
running
right?
properly. Yes, and I like to think about every single little thing.
Yeah.
I-
Detailed.
I really am. So I catch little things that sometimes he doesn't. So I'm kind of like, a little bit more organized. So I help him in that
But
way.
he comes out.
Yeah, I help him in that way. So, we really complement each other in a lot of ways.
He's a brilliant guy.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's amazing. So, but we do complement each other in everything we do. So I think,
That's awesome.
yes.
Yeah, and so another event that I know that y'all had was, now I just gotta know, how did you create this small business appreciation? Why did you do that in the East End? I mean, because I thought that really is important for small businesses out here to get recognized.
Yes.
Well, I do have an economic development background. I was executive director of several management districts in the Southwest side. So I really got to know the plight of a lot of small businesses back then. And then I have a lot of friends that have businesses here now in the East End.
Right.
And actually with one of them lamenting to me that, we never get any help. We're all the politicians. Where's the community?
Yes.
How does a guy like me get integrated into the general
Right.
community to have a voice?
Mhm.
I said, well, I can show you how to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just figured everybody needs that kind of champion, especially our small business owners and entrepreneurs
Right.
in our Latino community, in any of the larger cultural communities.
Right.
So it's just something, see a need and try to fill it,
Yeah, that was a big, there still is a big need, and that was and that was the first one, right? You just had it a couple of weeks ago.
That's right, and you were a sponsor.
I was.
Thank you for that.
Viva Magazine Live was a sponsor, and I was happy to be. And then, of course, it came right in line with the state representative, Cristina
Yes,
Morales,
that was-
Small Business
Saturdays she does.
Saturday.
She was a sponsor also. She's always been a big champion and supporter. So we really thank everybody who came out and supported that was our first official project we had done together, and it was great that the community came out. As I said at the event, I told everybody, thanks for not making a liar out of me. This community cares.
Yes.
They came together and it was great.
Everybody came together. There was a lot of people there for the first time there was a lot of booths, several businesses displayed, a lot of vendors out there displaying their wares and what they were about. And you had you had great entertainment. You had Lupe Olivares, you had Centeno Spirit, and of course, then our good friend Marco Gonzalez got his new talent out there as well that are signed up on his label. So you really had a good lineup.
We also had Rich Rodriguez.
And of course, I may not forget Rich Rodriguez. He played with the Centeno Spirit. I have a really good picture of that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna run it in a while. So.
Sure.
That is a great, that was a really great show. We enjoyed it. And it was on a Sunday afternoon. It was like from 4 to 8. It wasn't a late night, and people just came together. Now, people like to do things on Sundays, like after church, and that was a perfect thing.
Yeah, it was a very positive event. It's like playing with my friends,
Yes.
It's really just a big friend gathering, you know,
That's right.
because that's how this community really can be, and it is, you know.
Yeah.
So it was great, a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. So I know that you're continuing appreciating small businesses. You did, I know that you did appreciation for Simon's hats up there on Harrisburg. You gave him, or him and his family after he passed. He was in the East End for how many years?
Oh, that shop had been there since 29. I think.
Yes,
His
1929.
grandfather started it. You know,
Yes.
Simon's. And years ago, myself and my cousin Jesse Rodriguez, Magnolia Grown,
Yeah, Magnolia Grown.
we did an awareness for him because Converse had canceled his contract. He had the longest running Converse contract in, I think, in Texas or something.
Really?
Like that.
Wow.
And they canceled it for linear reasons. Nike had purchased them. They thought it was too small an outfit and all that.
Right.
So, but there was the way they canceled it and the verbiage they said, which I don't want to repeat because I don't want to go into slanderous things. It raised us, so we kind of let the word be known.
Right.
We had Ralph Reed out there, and several other kind of celebs came through to support him.
Yeah. I mean, and he had it was a hat company. It was called Simon's.
Yeah, Simon's men's store.
Men's store. Yes.
Simon's wear. Yeah, men's
Yeah.
wear. And I think they held the longest Levi contract too in the city.
Yes.
So it's just like going back in time when you
Yes.
walk in there. And,
Of course, it's one of those like stores that had like hardwood floors and like sawdust on the floor. Like that's what you would say in those old type bars, right?
each hat had like an individual glass,
Yeah.
wooden box, and
Yeah.
it's a shame that we're
Yeah. And he
losing.
passed at what age?
Oh, I think he was 91.
Yeah, he was up
He
there.
was up there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
great.
that was really awesome that y'all recognized him, because I think the family appreciated that so much. So also, I do know that you are also given a proclamation and a recognition to a gentleman that is retiring, that's been in the East End for 60 years or more. Can you tell us about that?
Sure, it's actually been my personal barber since I was 13 years old.
Yes.
Paul Ramirez, Drake's Barbershop, pretty well known in the East End off of Lawndale. And he used to have a partner, JJ, who passed away some time now ago. Paul's a great guy. He was a veteran in the Navy. He's also was a small affordable housing developer too. He used to do small single-family homes.
Yeah.
Did so much for the community. And we went in to cut my hair, and the new Janie says, you know what?
Oh, she the new owner or taking over?
Taking over. She said, well, he's retired. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well, he can't just retire quietly and go out to the wind.
Go off in the wind.
People without any recognition, because I've been talking for years about trying to get him some recognition.
Yeah.
It just never had come to fruition. So I said, no, we got to do something for Paul.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
we're happy to do that. And thank you, Freddie, your
Yes.
husband, your
Yes.
amazing husband, who's
Yes.
actually done a lot of the legwork and getting some of the information for
Oh, I think he has to be recognized in a lot of these small. I think we're going on the right path of recognizing these small businesses that really need recognition. That's been in the community for years, and I mean, like over 50 years or so that he's been servicing, men's haircuts and razors and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
the folks that go through there, I mean, you can go through during a given day when you hadn't retired, and you'd see Johnny Caraba, or you'd see people that were long-term advocates of this community from years ago.
Yes.
They still drive, however far they got to drive to go to Paul. He had an amazing loyal clientele.
Yeah, he did.
So,
So I know you have something going on here coming up on Dia de los Muertos on November 2nd. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's actually on November 1st, we're doing an event for the Oldies Car Club. The Oldies they're actually the largest car club in the world. They've got chapters in Australia, the UK, Japan. The Houston chapter is celebrating its 20th anniversary. We're going to do it at Mason Park.
Yes.
They've had picnics before at Mason Park, but they were kind of informal.
Yes.
And they had the threat of, getting run off. And so they wanted to make sure, again, they came to say, how do we do this the right way? How do we reach out? And lo and behold, I mean, it's been really great because the council member has been involved.
Yeah.
Councilmember Joaquin is a sponsor. Of course, we have Viva.
Yes.
Christina Morales has come on board.
Yes.
I said, so when you try to do it the right way, you'd surprise how many.
People could jump on board.
Partners.
They want to be,
Exactly.
yeah. And there are a lot of partners that want to be a part of the community. They just need to have somebody to have the impetus or the incentive to go out there and do it. Because I know for y'all, it's a lot of work. So that leads me to my next question. What are the challenges that you, as L&R Productions, is going to face or is facing?
Well, right, I don't think it's not a whole lot of challenges. That we've already done all that prior.
Yeah. So
We didn't.
you got a head start.
Yeah.
We're starting something that we already know how to do pretty well.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there hasn't been much of that yet. I imagine
Yeah.
the size of the event will determine the amount of difficulty,
Yes.
obviously. But
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you will be growing. I mean, right now you're doing events in the East End, and I mean, you could branch out. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that need that kind of support for you to do events, and they get larger and larger, and before you know it, you're,
I
you know.
I mean, any nonprofit, any organization, any business that wants to do some promotion,
Yeah.
it's like a festival event, involve the community. Sometimes they don't know where to start.
Right.
How do we integrate it? Just like my friend Porto did at Refried Relics. How do you
Right.
integrate into that?
Exactly.
And that's
right.
what we're here to help do. So.
That's right. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to hear from our generous sponsor, Commissioner Adrian Garcia, and we'll be back to hear from Laura and Rich. And welcome back to Viva Magazine Live, and we were speaking to Rich Rodriguez and Laura Gomez from L&R Productions. And Rich, I know that we talked about all these projects that have been happening here in the last, year, 6 months, but you've had some other projects that you've been involved with before this. So tell me about all those projects. I know that you have several of them,
Yeah.
a handful.
There's a couple that I guess most folks don't know that I've had a hand in, I guess.
Yeah.
For example, when you see these traffic boxes with the murals on them.
Yes.
The mini
I
mural
see them all over. Is it Canal Street in Harrisburg?
Yeah, they're
all of-
citywide. They're citywide. At Up Art Studio is the producers of that, but I was one of the first ones to actually fund those through,
Right.
through the former management district. I was a director of myself and the council member Larry Green funded the first 23 of them in District K.
Wow.
And then
So what are those? What do they look like on that area of town? Because over here there's a lot of Latino flair.
and
over
that's kind of the point of them. It's to kind of represent in art what's local to that
to that
community.
district, right?
So that one has a lot of naturalistic stuff because they have like the Willow Water Hole Conservancy,
Yeah.
things like that over there. But what it really did to me too is it really taught me and integrated me with 30 to 40 of the really talented artists.
Yes. We have a lot of them here in Houston.
And I've continued that relationship with a lot of those artists in personal projects and bigger projects. For example, one of the projects I'm working with now with a gentleman named Helson Daniel Lemus, who's one of the most amazing artists in town. I worked with him through Preaching Together, one of your sponsors, Senator Garcia. He gave us, I went to the board because I really thought it was important to do some cultural preservation in the East End.
Right.
We know it's changing a lot.
Right.
And that's fine, but we also want to preserve our legacy that we were here.
Of course.
So
Our Latino legacy,
so
of
I
course.
conceptualized these murals that were of cultural preservation, and one of them I called the Latina Icons mural.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes, I know exactly
Yes.
where that's at. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that one's beautiful.
so we got told the commissioners nonprofit Preaching Together about the project. They loved it, and they gave me the funds I needed to get it done. I hired Helson to do it, and Laura helped me through a survey of the community determine who was going to go on the wall. I didn't want to just willy-nilly pick the women who were going to go there. So we had a public survey, and the women who you see there are the ones who were picked.
And you picked some really, really great women. I mean, they were all powerhouses, and they all had a lot of accomplishments in the community. I mean, you had Norma Centeno. I mean, everybody just loved her. She was such a talent. And of course, Nelly Fraga and
Nelly.
Gracie Sines and
Angela Morales.
Angela Morales, Christina Morales' grandmother.
Yes, and then of course Yolanda Black Navarro.
Yes.
The school's named after her.
Right.
And one of the great things about
It's a
that
beautiful mural.
is that it's one of the first murals to have a QR code.
Yes.
Because I didn't want the artist to have to tell the whole story. So, you know, I came up to Helson and said, I want them all with their hands on their shoulder, and holding like an orb. And he goes, what if they're reading a book about these women? She's reading a book about these heroines, and like from her mind's eye, you see them like, well, heck, if you can do that,
Yeah.
let's do that. And he
Yes,
did.
you're right.
And so when you click on the QR code, it tells you the life story. It goes to a webpage that the county funds,
Yeah.
and it tells you the life story of each of those women. And I've been told now that since that mural went up, every 7th grader has to do a report on one of the women.
That is awesome. Educating our young generations to know that they are some Latino leaders and role models that they can follow after, especially women. That we have them. There's plenty of them. You know, we just need to recognize them and have them put on murals or have them read the history about them.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that is great. That was great work that you did there. So I know what other projects, come on.
Well,
I know you have some.
Well, you know, I'm also a luthier. I make instruments, you know.
Yes, I know that you're an accomplished cello player.
Yeah.
Tell me is that a hidden talent that you have? You don't play it all the time.
No, yeah.
Tell me about that.
I started when I was, you know, 6th grade in school, and I played with several symphonies up north when I was in the military. I was in the Houston Youth Symphony when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was one of 2 Latinos and 150 kids
Really?
in the orchestra at the time. It's more diverse nowadays.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
so yeah, I've always played the cello all my life.
It's very relaxing, and it's such a beautiful instrument that the music you can just, you know, to me, you can just relax. And
It wasn't something I announced from the rooftop, you know, playing the cello Magnolia wasn't too cool. but you know.
they're gonna say,
And
what?
later when you get older, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Though.
that's right. When you get older, it's pretty cool. When you're young, what?
Yeah. Imagine going on the school bus with that thing. I had a rough time.
Yeah,
But-
because I mean, it is big. It's a
It's
big
big
instrument.
instrument,
Yeah, but it's a beautiful instrument, so we have to say.
So I make instruments also. Yeah, I've made violins. I'm making guitars now, and I'm actually.
I mean, you actually make them?
Yeah. I'm doing a bass right now for Joe Biardi of the Fab Five.
Really?
Elson's painting the actual bass.
Yeah,
He had a very specific idea of what he wanted on it, so
yeah.
we're gonna get it custom made. So here's the thing about it is, we're combining visual arts and performing arts.
Yes.
So my idea is that we're gonna do an exhibition of probably 5 or 10 instruments, and you hang them on the wall just like an art gallery would be. Say, here's art on the wall.
Right.
You can also take it off and play it if you want, you know.
Wow.
Look at it
Yeah.
either way you want. So combining both those worlds. So
Yes.
it's a new
And you
project.
told me that you were Jesse Rodriguez, Magnolia Grown's first cousin?
Well, he's
Or-
married to my first cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, he's married.
I helped him though when we first started out. We had we actually had a gallery here
Yes.
in this very building, you know,
Yeah.
a long time ago.
I remember that because Freddie and I came to that big gallery that he had shown of all his art pieces.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
He's done well. So.
Yeah, he is. He's doing really well. We have featured him on Viva Magazine Live a few times. And so I know that what are you up to next is my question. Besides the oldies anniversary.
Yeah, so
anniversary.
we do have I'm doing a toy drive, once again partnering with Refried Relics out of they're on telephone, and they're collecting toys now. We'll be distributing the toys on December 14th there at 708 Telephone Road.
Yeah.
One of the impetus for doing that is there's a lot of toy collections and toy drives, but they're usually sent to the George R. Brown or wherever.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we had a very direct giveaway right here
In the East End.
in the East End of the community, so they went to directly these folks.
Right.
I mean, it's great there's a lot of other folks doing that, so we
That's
wanted to
right.
do this very specifically.
No, I mean, it's just focused out here in the East End because there's a lot of children that are underprivileged in our area and that need that.
Oh, yeah.
The parents need that help.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's another thing that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. You were you mentioned it too as well, and we talked about showcasing Latino artists out here in the East End to raise some money for some charity. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so that's been a real dream of mine, you know, to really put together like I call it the all-stars of the
Yeah.
East End, you know,
Yes.
the David De La Garzas and, you know, all our other friends we before mentioned.
Yeah.
One big, you know, show, not only to highlight the legacy artists,
Right.
but also to bring in folks like Marco's cultivating now
Right.
at, you know, up above
Because young talent.
some talent.
New talent coming up.
Show the whole, you know, the whole lineage of that, you know, from the legacy artists to the young blood coming in.
Right.
Who's going to take the mantle, you know? So I think that kind of showcase is important to show even all the powers that be at the city to say
Right.
this community
Yeah.
isn't just what it used to be.
Right.
It's, you know,
No, I
it's
mean,
got
it's
new blood.
evolving.
It's evolving.
Yes.
You know, there's new blood coming and,
Yeah.
you know, let's showcase that.
And the older folks are, you know, sitting down watching them.
Yes.
Yeah, evolving, of course.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's a great, I think the East End is a great place to be. And I think now especially, I mean, because it's really growing and it's expanding. And I think that there's the new generations are finding that, hey, this is a great place to be at.
Yeah, you know, and specifically like this building here in the East End, in Magnolia Park,
Right.
who was his own city in 1909.
Yes.
Didn't get incorporated till 1926. But the history that's here, sometimes kids that come from economically challenged parts of town, not that this is really one anymore,
Right.
they should be proud to know the history of what was here, those who came before. Across the street used to be the Benito Juarez Sociedad Mutualista.
Yes, I remember.
It's
Yes.
one of the only places that Latinos could congregate during, you know, when things weren't, the Civil Rights Act and,
That's right.
and all that. There wouldn't be places where we could get together. That was one of them.
That's right.
So
I remember that place.
there's really a lot of legacy and history in this community, and you know, I think people should be proud to know where they're from.
That's right. And you know, the East End District, which I'm a board member of, we've developed, you know, we have economic development. And of course, we've gotten some federal fundings to develop the navigation esplanade. Yeah. And so that is really what we were looking for. And I wish my goal is to expand that all the way past Magnolia, up to past the Harrisburg Plaza, is to have that be like a destination place, like Calle Ocho in Miami, when they have that, you know, they have bands everywhere.
Yeah.
That is one of my goals too. I mean, that would be something.
I think it's great that you also have a small business incubator there.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's right.
That folks can start their businesses there and then grow
Yes.
from there. Yeah, so it's, you know, I think everybody, it's like spokes in a wheel, you know.
Yep.
Everybody has their
Everybody does a little bit.
a little
it all
part.
gets done.
Right.
Exactly.
trying to do our
Trying to do our part too.
and just be part of the collective will.
That's right. I think we can make it happen. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of our show, and I just want to ask you one more question. What do you want to leave the viewing audience of Viva Magazine Live? What do you want to tell them?
Well, I want to tell them that you're lucky to have a champion like Blanca Blanco.
Thank you very much.
Now,
I appreciate it.
the East End's a great place. You know, the city of Houston's a great place, but there's so much culture here, so much opportunity and voices that have never been allowed to really speak the beautiful music that they can. You know.
Yes.
And I think now as a community, we're coming together,
Yeah.
highlighting the things that have always been inherent in this community.
Right.
And it's a great time to be an East Ender.
That's right.
That's right.
Laura, and I'm glad I'm an East Ender. What do you
I
have
am
to
too.
say?
I'm an East Ender too.
Yeah.
And we're so happy that we are trying to do something in this community.
Yes.
We're so happy, and thank you so much for always supporting us.
Oh,
and we want to thank
It's
everybody.
a pleasure because it's always so much fun.
It's so much fun, you know.
Yeah.
Every time we all come together, it's like family.
Yes.
So we are enjoying all this together.
We are.
So-
all of us are enjoying it. with you.
Yes. Thank you.
So, Rich and Laura, thank you for joining us today. And it's a heartfelt congratulations to both of you and to L&R Productions for your ongoing contributions to spotlighting small businesses, celebrating our culture, strengthening the East End community, and I wanted to say a special congratulations to the Oldies Car Club for the 20th anniversary as well. I know y'all are going to be a big part of that, so just thank you for allowing them to be recognized and spotlighted, you know, because, you know, we need to, all of us, to be able to recognize those folks that are unsung heroes, that do things for the community and never get recognized. So thank you for doing
Of
that.
course.
I'm Blanca Blanco, and remember to keep celebrating creativity, culture, and community. And please don't forget to vote. And this is Blanca Blanco. It's a wrap. Hasta luego, Houston.